Welcome, everybody, to Midday Magazine for this November 25th, 2024. I have your host, James J. Malouf, here. At 4:30 today, we're going to talk with our good friends from Family Natural Foods. Stephen and Katrina Hintner will be here with us. Right now, though, we have with us Sally Kissner, Executive Director of Savor the Arts. Sally, thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
We appreciate you and being here. We appreciate being able to have our next guest here as well, because we have with us Kevin Baker from Boogie and the Yo-Yoz. Kevin, thank you so much for being here.
You're welcome, man. Thanks for having me. I also have Paige Baker from Boogie and the Yo-Yoz here with me as well.
Paige, I apologize. I didn't know you were with us as well. We got two for one, Sally. We got
I know.
Quietly in the background.
Sally is such a good booker that she nailed two guests for this. That's how good she is. That was great. So I have a handful of questions for Kevin. What I'll kind of do, if you both don't mind, we'll split these between the two of you. I'll ask and just have you both answer, because they're pretty much very basic questions. I'd like to know a little bit, talk a little about Cold Fusion with you guys. No, I'm joking. We're talking about celebrating the season with Boogie and the Yo-Yoz, Christmas with You, this fantastic show that is coming up Thursday, December 12th, right here in Wisconsin Rapids at the Performing Arts Center. We're so looking forward to you guys playing here again. We're big fans, obviously, in this area, and specifically in Rapids of Boogie and the Yo-Yoz, have been for a long time. Before we get into the show and what people can expect, I always like to get, when we're getting to know people, find out a little bit about their origin story. So, Kevin and Brittany, was it? Paige. I'm sorry. I wrote it down even.
Oh, that's okay.
I apologize, okay. Paige. I'm so sorry. Kevin and...
Oh, gosh, no.
Kevin and Juanita. No, I'm joking. Kevin and Paige. I'll go ahead and ask you guys right out the gate. Tell us a little bit about yourselves, your origin story, if you will.
I was born in you're talking about how we joined up with the band, I assume, right?
Sure. Well, I like to hear a little bit about your beginning days, like how you got into music and everything. Did you come from music families? Some of that.
Yeah, for me, a little bit. Not. It was actually mostly just one brother. I have three brothers, and one of them was heavily into music, and he's about 6 years older than I am. And so when I was, 9 or 10, I started to really kind of be influenced by his passion for music. So I always said from day one, I said I wanted to be a drummer. I mean, but every 10-year-old wants to be a drummer. I don't think. The passion definitely came from watching him perform with his band, and so I stuck with it ever since I joined band in 5th grade and played drums all the way through. Went to college for music as well, and then eventually hooked up with Boogie and the Yo-Yoz in 2002, and I've been with them ever since. So that's kind of the short version of my story.
Very cool. Thank you for sharing that, Kevin. Paige, how about for you?
For me, my grandma was really big in music, which made our whole family on my mom's side, my mom's mom, really into music. So we were constantly singing and playing piano and with each other every time we were together. My grandmother was also in a band up until the day she passed away, and it was just a really big inspiration for me. So I was the one in the family that kept the music going. My sister plays piano, but she doesn't do, not in a band or anything. Mm-hmm. But so yeah, I just always loved singing, and then I got hooked up with this awesome band called Boogie and the Yo-Yoz, and it's been amazing ever since. Hey, I got to marry the drummer.
Right. It's a pretty good deal right there. That's pretty cool. Yeah, right. And as a foolish romantic, I love hearing that. That's awesome. That is a pretty good. Now all I want to do is just talk to you guys about that. But we'll move on. But that is the next episode. The next time you guys are on with us, we'll get into that one. I appreciate you guys sharing these things. And one, certainly part of the reason you are on the air with us is to promote this and a wonderful event and to highlight it and talk about it. But one of the other things that Sally and I like to do with this episode is being able to inspire and hopefully encourage young creatives out there, people that are listening, similar to you, Kevin, when you were a kid and hearing somebody, like your brother or somebody like that impacted you and influenced you. You two are an influence for others out there. And trying to, sharing these stories, I think, gives a little bit more of relatability. And you can, these young people out there, these young creatives can envision themselves that much more doing these things when they hear a little bit more of the people they look up to and their stories. I appreciate you guys sharing these things. As far as the first instrument, Kev, it sounds like drums. Where you were born with a pair of drumsticks in your hand.
Yeah, it was drums from day one. Obviously, still that is my main instrument. And then at about age, I don't know, maybe 12, we got a piano because my mom wanted to take piano lessons. Later in life, she was in her 40s, I believe, and she wanted to take piano lessons. And so I just started sitting down and trying to figure things out on my own. And then I learned to, as a drummer, we don't always learn to read pitches. We just learn to read rhythms. But I just kind of figured out how to read notes on my own. And then I figured out, I don't know, it was kind of figuring out how the piano works. And then it got more advanced into how does music work? Not just how does the piano work, but how do all of the notes and the harmony and everything come together in a song? And that was kind of what put me on this path to I really like the writing part of music. So as I got into my later years of high school, 17, 18 years old, it started to get to the point where I actually enjoyed writing music more than I did playing. I mean, I like playing it, but multiply that times 10 when it comes to actually writing the music. And so that is the my passion in life is one of my passions in life.
Nicely done.
Writing.
Nice save.
Yeah. The other one's sitting next to me.
Yes. Well done, sir. Paige, how about for you? What was one of your earliest or your first instrument?
It's always just been my voice. I can barely play a triangle. I don't know. I just my brain doesn't understand how music notes work. I look at it and it's a foreign language to me. I wish I understood it. People just assume because I sing that I know, looking at sheet music, that I know what it is. I have no clue, especially when we're having practice for the Christmas shows. These guys, I'm just blown away at their music ability and the way that they, I don't know how to explain it. They say these big words about music, and I have no clue what they're talking about.
But you're not alone in that, Paige. A lot of the jazz artists that I grew up loving and everything were very similar to that. Couldn't read a sheet of music, but you'd hire them to play any kind of concert or anything like that. Even Duke Ellington famously wasn't the best with those things. And we're talking about one of the greatest composers of all time. I think that music, that's one of the cool things about music, is that for every person, like Kevin, that could read a sheet of music, even if never seen it before, maybe there are artists like you, Paige, or how I would be in music, or when I was playing music or anything, where I don't know that well the notes, but you can catch a tune, you can catch a vibe, there's an energy there. So again, as we look to influence people, I think that's that we need all types in this. So again, we're speaking with Kevin and Paige Baker from Boogie and the Yo-Yoz. We're talking about their great Christmas special coming up here to town on December 12th. Guys, why Christmas? Why put so much of your energy and time of the band into a Christmas show?
Who doesn't love Christmas?
There we go. That's a perfect answer. Yeah, that's great. Yeah.
The idea was born actually about almost 20 years ago. In the mid-aughts, I guess you call them. But we didn't actually get the thing off the ground. We talked about it for about 5-6 years, and then it was finally in 2012. I had just decided to, just for fun, we were playing some private corporate Christmas party, and I just decided to bring to the band an arrangement of "Oh Holy Night." And just for fun, I just did it for myself, whatever, just, hey, let's try this. Okay. Well, we did it, and it went really well. We actually recorded it. Everybody was super pumped about it. It got some radio airplay, so we're like, all right, that's it. We're doing this Christmas show next year. And so then I spent the entire 2013, I spent the entire year writing 20 arrangements of Christmas music for the show that we finally put on in 2013. We just did one show at the Grand Theater in Oshkosh, and there was 2 original songs that I had written, and then the rest were basically original arrangements of traditional Christmas songs. And that's kind of what our show is based on. Is we have a mix of some original songs, some of our own versions of traditional songs, and then there's a few that are actual cover songs. Like we'll do Faith Hill's version of Where Are You Christmas, and we'll do Bruce Springsteen's version of Santa Claus is Coming to Town. The ones that people hear on the radio. But really, the focus of the show has always been let's have some creativity here. Let's make this our own sound and our own vision for the show. So.
When it comes to doing a Christmas show, there are so many great Christmas traditional classics. How do you edit that? How do you go through and okay, well we can't always do this one, or we have this one was not going to work? Is it a matter of what fits the band, or just a matter of what you guys feel comfortable with?
Yeah, that is still a hard thing every year to choose which songs, because you can't do 50 songs. We don't have enough time. Narrowing down the list of, there's obviously a ton of great Christmas songs, like you said. When we first started, I kind of went around the band and said, what is the song that you want to do? What is the song that you want to do? So each member kind of got to put in some feedback as far as which ones they wanted to be featured on and that kind of thing. I believe my beautiful wife here chose Silent Night as her feature, her first feature, I think.
Some songs just become staples that we have to do every year because people just love them so much. But then there's other ones that we realize didn't go over that great, so we'll maybe bring them back a couple years, in a couple years. And but
we definitely listen to the feedback. We do always ask our audience to leave reviews and that kind of thing, because we don't know, does this song work for you guys or not? Who knows? But so I do listen to the audience reviews, and so like Paige said, certain songs we all right, that one's axed, but this year we're bringing back songs that we haven't done in maybe 8 years. We're just bringing them back and kind of renewing them and that kind of thing, and then also throwing in some brand new ones every year. Every year there's at least one brand new arrangement or song put into the show, because I always like to keep it fresh and not just do the same recycled show each year. So
I can only imagine what it means to be able to put this show on around the country and tour with it and everything. But it's got to mean a little bit something special being able to do this in Wisconsin, especially in central Wisconsin. What does it mean to be able to play in your home state?
Well, it's an honor, I guess. Like I said, this dream was kind of sitting there for about 5-6 years, and to finally have an outlet to, being in Boogie and the Yo-Yoz, we are a cover band, and so to finally have an outlet where we could write our own music and have people obviously listen to it, enjoy it, and then record it, have it be played on the radio. That's really, that's always been my dream, is having people enjoy something that I created, not necessarily me playing other people's music. So Kevin plays to people's emotions. He's an extreme romantic, so and a softie. So his Christmas music that he writes is always about family and love and that feeling that you feel at Christmas, whether people are passed on and you think about them every holiday, or if they're right next to you. And he has a beautiful song that he wrote. It's written for our daughter, but anybody who has a child can feel that emotion of what it's like to go every year through Christmas as your child gets older and older. Other ones like Christmas with You, the last sentence is, please just give me one more Christmas with you. And it's, he wrote about his grandparents and, when they were passing away. And it's just this really beautiful thing that Kevin has done. And if people are not crying at our Christmas show, not to be a downer.
Not to be a downer,
no.
Either crying through happiness or, joy that you have family that you love that much that you miss, or
I'm crying at the interview.
Right.
Where's my Kleenex?
I got some right over here for you, Sally.
there's I know for me personally at these Christmas shows, at all three of them this year, I'm probably going to be crying at some point during them, just because I'm a very emotional person, and whether it's happy tears or, it's just a really beautiful, beautiful thing that Kevin has put together and brought us as a band.
Yeah. I do want to touch on the show itself a little bit, give people a little bit of what they can expect. One thing we definitely want to highlight is that Assumption High School's choir is going to be joining you guys. That is a really cool thing, Sally. I think that's really fun that's going to be a part of this.
Yes.
Yeah. You guys excited about that?
Very much so.
We love that, and I love getting to talk to the students or the choir. I love just talking with them and, getting them more excited about music and like, don't stop. Don't ever stop singing. Don't ever stop playing music. Just because it's, without music, or what is it? When words fail, music speaks. Mm-hmm. And so it's...
the choir... Sorry, go ahead.
No, you go ahead. Go ahead, bud. What were we going to say?
The choir aspect has been there since day one. That was the vision back in 2013, is that we were always going to have a children's choir. And it's kind of grown. Like, we started out by having them sing maybe 2 songs with us. And then as the years went on, I think now we have them singing like 6 or 7 songs with us. So yeah, having the choir it just adds another layer of awesomeness, I guess. And emotion, like being a children's choir. I mean, it's a beautiful thing. Plus, their parents get to see them, and they get to see them perform with us. It's a huge thing for any of the local choirs when we take the show out on the road. So.
It's such a cool part of this, and the originality of it too. I really feel comfortable saying this. I don't know if you're going to find a better energy or a more creative Christmas show than this one. You really are hard pressed to. It's such an original, and it's so much fun. And I cannot encourage people enough to get their tickets, sign up for this one. We're looking so forward to it. And as I'll let you guys go, and I can't thank you enough for the time today. As a journalist, it is my job to ask the hard questions sometimes, and every once in a while I've got to do that. So I apologize, but I do have to wrap up on a tough question. What is your favorite Christmas song? Do you have a favorite? Do you get to play your favorite? You don't have to pick just one, but I got to ask.
That is a tough question.
It's tough. I asked the tough questions.
I love so many of them. My personal favorite would have to be Merry Christmas, Baby Girl, which was written about our daughter. It's such a beautiful, beautiful song. Can I list off 27 more? No.
Yes, yeah, right.
Yeah, that one's definitely my favorite, and especially our daughter finally started being able to come to our shows now. And so last year was really, really cool. It was the first Christmas show she got to come to, and she yelled out to the whole crowd at the PAC, which is, a couple thousand people, "Hello, everybody!" And that was just a really great moment. So she'll be there again this year, and so I'm excited for that.
My cheeks are hurting. I've been smiling so much through this interview. That's fantastic, Paige.
For me, I would have to say that my favorite Christmas song of all time would be just the one that really tugs at everyone's heartstrings. Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer. Kidding. So asking me, again, like, my whole thing has always been the creative side of things. So, like, asking me which is my favorite Christmas song is like asking which kid's your favorite. But so in this year's show we have 4 original songs that I wrote, and like Paige alluded to, so one of them has to do with like the emotion of a loved one at Christmas going through the years with your partner, your significant other. One is written for our daughter, like she said, and watching your child grow up through the years. One is about basically the joy you see in children at Christmas time, and the fourth one's just about getting out of the Wisconsin weather and going down to Jamaica at Christmas. But so that one's not so much emotional, but
it's still nice.
Out of all of them, I probably would say that "Merry Christmas, Baby Girl" would be mine too. But lately, I've been like, one of my favorites that I wrote, I think, would have to be "It's Christmas Day," which is the one that's about seeing the joy in the kids' eyes and everything. Just because, from a musical standpoint, obviously. From an emotional standpoint, more the "Merry Christmas, Baby Girl," but the energy that it's called "It's Christmas Day," and the energy that we have on that song is just so powerful and So just to have a different answer from Paige, I'll take that. It's Christmas Day.
So great answers. And this has been a great conversation, you guys. You can hear those songs and hear much more when Boogie and the Yo-Yoz come to town. We're going to talk with Sally a little bit about the details here. But both of you, thank you so much for the time. And we're looking forward to you guys coming to town here. We'll make sure you got a good packed crowd over at the Pack.
Awesome. We're looking forward to it. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for the time, both of you. God, that was a lot of fun, Sally. Thank you so much for bringing them on the air with us.
My pleasure.
And bringing them to town here like you do. You do such a great job with the scheduling and everything. Want to get to the details of the show, certainly, and take care of our sponsors as well.
Yep. Thursday, December 12th, 7:30 p.m., Boogie and the Yo-Yoz Christmas with You. Tickets are $49 for adults, $10 for students. You can get them at savorthearts.com 24/7 or give us a call, 715-424-2787, or stop by and see us, 1040 8th Street South in Rapids, from 10 to 2:30. This week it's only Monday and Tuesday, but next week we'll be back on our normal hours, Monday through Thursday.
Be sure to get your tickets for that. Sally, how can they get tickets?
Just go online. That's probably the easiest way.
Yeah.
Pick them out.
Just with the holiday week here and everything, I wasn't too sure. But yes, going online is probably the best way. You can go to savorthearts.com. Encourage you to do that and bookmark that page as well, because you're going to need it all season long. There's a lot of great shows coming up all season long. Sally and I will be talking more and more about.
Yep.
And I do want to thank our sponsors as well.
I do. So our season sponsor is WSAW Channel 7. Thanks to them. Bruns & Sons Auto, Rich A. Funeral Home, Point and Plover Publication, Wisconsin Rapids City Times, radio station WGLX, Midstate Technical College, and Team Sherrill Companies. So as you can see, that many sponsors are excited to bring this show to town. Come on out and support them.
It's going to be a great one. Keep in mind, Boogie and the Yo-Yoz have a lot of great holiday shows they're doing. I see they're in Spencer in December, early December as well. And later on in the month, you can check them out in the Fox Cities, but you can only get them on December 12th right here in Rapids. You got to 5 minutes away from your house or whatever. It's right here in town. You can't beat that. Make sure to make plans. Get your tickets to see Boogie and the Yo-Yoz Christmas with You, 7:30, Thursday, December 12th, over at the Performing Arts Center. A big thank you to them, all these sponsors, Eric and yourself, Sally, for this. This is going to be a lot of fun.
It will be.
Find out more about Boogie and the Yo-Yoz and check out their schedule at Yo-Yoz, that's YOYOZ.com, YOYOZ.com. Be sure to check that out. And, of course, Savor the Arts. Be sure to bookmark that page at savorthearts.com. Thanks again for the time, Sally. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
We'll have more Midday Magazine coming up right here at 97.5 FM, 1320 AM, WFHR, locally grown radio.